we are back.
I feel like the scene in It's Sunny with I Gotta Talk About the Mail, and it's about talking about the Mario movie, and people have already done a great job of parodying that.
Oh, yeah.
As Luigi.
For context, if you skipped the last episode, what the is wrong with you?
You need to go watch the last one because we're tangenting right into that conversation.
We're talking about the Mario movie and the cast and everything else. And, of course, everybody's already done that already. It's like, yeah, okay.
We haven't had a chance to talk about it yet. And I know this is later, but hey, I want to talk about this now, and it's only been like 3 days since it happened.
Just one more piece to go. Well, it'll be much later for everybody else.
But like, I need to talk about this because there's no one else to talk about it.
I had a live stream, which go show up to Twitch, gang.
I'm sure you guys have talked about it.
An hour after the Nintendo Direct that talked about it, and everyone's like, "What is your thought on this?" And I was like, "Yo, gang!" And we went off. We talked about it
because I figured that was going to happen, but I haven't been able to stream. this entire month because
you haven't been able to get your vocals out about it.
I haven't been able to even do anything.
You and I haven't even talked about it. And we fucking live together.
I didn't want to talk about it not on a stream or a thing because it's just like this is too. I want to maintain my excitement. It was too juicy. It's like this is the perfect thing to talk about. But one of my favorite things about the Mario cast, when they showed all of them off, people like Arlo and other people would talk about it, and they'd show all the action and be like, Kevin Michael Richardson, I don't know that guy. I was like, oh my god, he's the only legit voice actor in this whole cast.
Who is Kevin Michaels Richardson? I also do not know that guy. Or maybe I'm not equating the name to a cast list.
He's like, who do I try and equate him to that you'll know in terms of voice acting?
Just say any of them and I'll try.
He's done so many. Like anywhere there's like a deep voice guy, he's that guy. He's been in video games, cartoons, animation, Family Guy.
I do think I remember seeing him come up and I was like, who's that? And then somebody mentioned it. And
he's been in everything. So it's hard for me just to pick up one role.
Was it new Rockstars that mentioned... It was. I did watch somebody do like a quick dive, a hot take on the thing, and they mentioned them, and they did say what he had cast before. I do remember who you're talking about now.
Yes. Okay. He's in everything. He is one of the most.
I'm gonna look up his IMDb.
Yeah, look up his stuff. Like I can't even think of a specific character. A specific character I can think of that he did voice in Samurai Jack. There's an episode where there's a blue guy that blocks a portal. He voices that guy. Now that's not very specific because it's not a mainline role, but that's the one that I come up with.
Okay, so these aren't characters, but evidently he's in The Cleveland Show, Invincible, All Hail King Julian, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Uncle Grandpa, Teen Titans, Gravity Falls, and the list goes on, but it literally is like, click here further.
The most prolific voice actors
right now.
He's
in Trolls?
He's in everything.
Let me check. He was in Lilo and Stitch. God damn. He was in Mortal Kombat 95?
Yeah.
As Goro?
He's in He's so good. There's
trademark, deep, menacing voice.
Yeah, exactly. That is his trademark. If you need a deep, menacing voice, you hire Kevin Michael Richardson because...
Why does IMDb have his star sign as Scorpio? What the fuck?
He's one of the funniest voice actors, too, and just in general, like he's so hilarious. I think he plays Colonel Bubbles in the Lilo and Stitch TV show to replace the main guy who plays him in there. Like there's an actor in the movie that plays Colonel Bubbles.
Shit, he's in Midnight Mass, the new...
Yep.
And Squid Game. I'm not interested in Squid Game, but I heard it's trending right now, so... Huh, okay.
He's amazing. I love Kevin Michael Richardson.
I'm trying to look at a list of like what he's done. They're like, these are the things he's been in, but like
he plays a lot of B characters. He doesn't tend to play mainline characters, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's typically... He doesn't typically have those main starring roles. Like he's not like the main character. He typically is the side character. Like in Invincible, I believe he plays the...
He's the Muller twins.
Oh, is he the Muller twins?
In Invincible, yeah.
Yeah. So
he's Captain Gantu in Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
He's Prime number 2 in Transformers.
Oh, he plays Gantu, not Colonel Bubbles.
He's the Joker in Batman.
Yeah.
I guess. Like
he played it in the Batman, which is the 2000.
Yeah. This is the specific one.
He was good. He was a very different.
That one right there.
Yeah. That's the one I have a statue of.
It just says the Batman. So yeah.
Yeah, the Batman was a show from 2003.
Morpheus in one of the Robot Chicken shorts.
Yep.
He's the principal in American Dad.
Yep.
He's just additional voice actors in the Owl House, which makes sense. Oh, I bet he's that fucking deep voice, teethy character who's like, thank you, like the little kid. I bet he's that one.
Probably. He's one of my...
He's in a lot of stuff. He's Jerome in Family Guy,
Yep.
Trigon in Teen Titans, Baker in Amphibia. I haven't watched all of Amphibia, so
I haven't watched Amphibia. I don't really care for the art direction of the character design. I'm sure I heard the show is fantastic, and nothing against the art team. It's just it's never struck me, so I've never really gotten into it.
There's a preference, yeah.
Yeah, there's a preference. I mean, but my preferences have been changed. I didn't think Bob's Burgers looked great, and the writing was so good that I'm like, I love this show.
Yeah.
So I can be swayed.
That's all good. Man, you're right. He's in everything. He's in We Bear Bears. He's in the Trolls movie, A Smidge. He's in Apple and Onion.
Dude,
I don't know what
he's
that is,
like
but
D.
I
Bradley
recognize
Baker in terms
his
of
additional voices in Tangled.
Yeah.
Tangled was a good series. An amazing fucking movie too.
Yes.
That does not get enough
So that's something I want to point out too.
Fuck Frozen. Watch Tangled.
Okay. So I know that Disney is different and that they have a pedigree and they have a history, so they can kind of cast whoever they want. Frozen and Tangled don't really have those Chris Pratt Hollywood A-listers in the roles, and yet still did gangbusters.
They had what's-her-face as
Mandy Moore.
Mandy Moore, thank you.
But her popularity was not what it was when she took on Tangled. Like
No. They didn't peak star power her into that
she
position.
was like
But Mandy Moore is a prolific to some extent.
Zach,
but it's not a fucking face of the morning. Everybody's favorite heartthrob. Not that saying that Chris Pratt is, but I'm saying like definitely in Hollywood, they fucking put him up as that.
Yeah.
They absolutely do.
Zachary Levi was very low. Like I knew him from Chuck and I loved that show. But Chuck was a low show. This was before Shazam. This was before like he was in the Marvel movies. Like this is, I mean, yes, I know Shazam isn't a Marvel movie, but he played Fandral in the Ragnarok and in Thor: The Dark World.
We do have the key to open up that door too.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a minute, is one room over?
My first iteration, because I'm not super far into like I don't know actors that well or actors' names. There's two of them. Do you want to use your BAMs? I don't know actors or actors' names all that well. I usually don't relate characters in that way. Something about my brain just fucking does not.
I'm really good at useless facts.
You are good about knowing who plays what. Jen is as well for voice actors. Jen can
call me out on some things.
Jen could listen to a name and be like, no, that's absolutely this person. I'm like, how the fuck did you know that?
Well, like,
and she's just like, well, you can hear it. I'm like,
yeah,
I can't. You can hear it. I can't hear it.
Jen's on my level when it comes to like that kind of stuff. Like we were talking about on D&D the other day. I was like, oh, Ed Asner passed away, and we were talking about different roles that Ed Asner had. And she's like, oh no, you're mixing up Mickey Rooney and Ed Asner together as the Santa Claus. Because Ed Asner played Santa in Elf. So I mixed them up.
Whoa! He was in
He was also in Boondocks.
He was in Boondocks as the corpo bitch.
But no, Jen's just like me. She can hear a voice actor and she just be like, I've heard that before. Give me a second. Yep, I know it.
We were watching on Verve. God damn it. Bravest Warriors.
Bravest Warriors is great.
Bravest Warriors.
Arlo.
Yeah. And
is Arlo on that show?
Arlo.
Who's the like
Arlo the Muppet? No, the puppet?
No, I'm not thinking of that. I thought one of the characters was also called Arlo.
Tara Strong. Oh, you're talking about one of the Bravest Warriors. Wallow.
Okay.
Not the Bravest Warrior, but one of the people that hang out with them is Plum. And Jen's like, oh, that's Tara Strong. Yeah. And it's pretty easy to notice Tara Strong, but I didn't notice right away, too, until she did, like, the bubbles, like, laugh. Yeah. And I was like, oh, shit, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Catbug is one of the most glorious characters to ever be on
But that was just a kid of a voice actor.
That was just a kid, yeah.
Yeah. But absolutely, so good. Great voice acting. Great way. I don't know how they went about catching his voice lines. Because obviously you can't like direct a kid that well, especially because he was like 3 probably when they started voice acting him as Catbug.
He's just one of those.
It's adorable. It's
natural
so good.
gift for acting.
Yeah, they were like, it's in his blood. I'm like,
no. Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it will never happen again. He goes back in time. It's like, oh god. If you guys haven't watched Bravest Warriors,
it's fantastic. It's if you loved original Adventure Time, it's very much.
It's Pendleton Ward before Adventure Time. Right before. Well, It was around like a year before Adventure Time.
I was
and then Adventure Time broke off, and then he passed it off to a different person, his old roommate, to be the showrunner. I don't know the guy's name. This was only information that I learned last night while I was watching a retrospective of it.
Yeah, because like Bravest Warriors happened like in like near the beginning of like Adventure Time, or like during Adventure. It
was
weird.
Near
like,
the beginning, but it might have been when they were show running it at the same time.
Yeah,
it's hard to say. It was before it was public. I'll say that. But you also see iterations of like,
because they're both by Frederator.
You also see iterations of you see characters that could easily have developed into Princess Bubblegum, Marceline. You can see that Chris is the main character in that, and he has comparisons to Finn. Mm-hmm. Like you get it. There's comparisons.
Sure. There's definitely like
they were developed along the same time. Now, since Bravest Warriors was put into production, animated, and went live before Adventure Time went live. This guy again. Plus, you got the other guys around you. Obviously, Bravest Warriors happened first, but it was within years of, and it seems like they existed around the same time of creation, because I do think Pendleton Ward stopped being on that at season, I think they said 3, but that almost feels a little bit too late. I might be misremembering.
I think season 3 or season 4.
It only went to season 4. So
not Bravest Warriors. I meant.
No. Pendleton Ward did the same thing with Adventure Time too. Yeah.
He kind of stepped away from everything. His mental health needed to take precedent.
I think that was season 2 for.
Yeah.
And then he gave it to what's her face? I can't want to say Tara Strong. It's not Tara Strong.
Rebecca Sugar.
Rebecca Sugar, thank you.
And then Rebecca Sugar got her own show, and then someone else took over. It happens.
Yeah, no, especially for something as, big deal as Adventure Time.
Yeah.
But if you guys haven't seen Bravest Warriors, there are 7-minute long episodes.
They're great.
And they're fun, and they're silly, and they're ridiculous. Kind of adult-oriented in some ways. Yeah. There's not characters die and then they just come back the next episode. It's serialized, but not heavily.
Yeah.
The story's still cool, but then they kind of back down on some of it too.
Yeah.
It seems a little iffy, but it definitely is if you like it early, Adventure Time,
then it's right up the alley.
Right up that fucking season 1 alley. As far as I know, it's only available on VRV.
Some of it's on YouTube to try out, but the newer stuff is only on Verve.
I'm saying all the seasons and everything, to completion.
Yeah.
Unless you want to pirate it or do whatever, do your thing, whatever. Verve gives a 30-day free trial. That's what we did.
Glad I got this shield.
Yeah, man. Rocked them.
By the way, I don't think I announced it, but you get the Master Shield for doing if you go to the Thunder Dragon, you do a boss rush, and if
You did mention that before we ended the last recording. Not the last episode, but the last recording time we had. You said, I'm going to go do the boss rush off camera.
God, that felt good.
Get the
that was a fun little
awesome.
rush down of
enemies. Rocked it.
God, I want more of that stuff.
I think I just Seth Rogen'd.
So that's the funny thing, not to get off Bravest Warriors, but all those actors they announced, I actually like all of them individually.
Oh yeah.
I like all the stuff that they've done film-wise. It was just one of those things I don't see any of them as those characters. And
they're definitely not the characters.
They're definitely not the characters. They're a new iteration.
I think they're doing an Illumination iteration.
Yeah, it's just so funny that for Nintendo to have been so precious with their franchise for so long, then for them to do this shit post of a cast, who's just all right,
I think
sure, why not?
I mean, I think they're trying to spread. We'll get right back to the Triforce of Courage in a second.
The best way.
But I think a lot of the time they're trying to be less precious. They're giving it to the Rabbids. They're letting people make third-party mobile games. They're letting people. I think they're trying to
expand.
I think they're at the point where they're hey, we need to be less precious with our babies, and we need to let them go out and get hurt a little bit.
Yeah,
it's been too long since we've had
keep your mainline franchises in-house. Keep doing that, but let someone develop a F-Zero. Let someone develop a new Star Fox that isn't. Or port the Wii U one. I don't know.
I'm excited to see what they will do. Yeah. Now I don't have high hopes of the Mario movie. I'm still going to see it. But
it's also Mario. Like what?
But yeah,
how bad can it be?
It can't be the original bad.
Yeah,
can't be original Marvel movie. Can't be original Mario movie bad.
I love you, Bob Hoskins.
I still think it's funny, hilarious, great in that way, cultish wise. But that's it.
We'll be back next time, though, everybody.
You got the Triforce of Courage, created by the old gods. The Triforce possesses ultimate power and is said to grant the wishes of whoever possesses it. Let's go. Let's get out of this cutscene.
You want to get out of this one?
I mean, because this is the last one, right? We just got to get out of this dungeon. Dangan. Triforce is complete. With its power, you have the ability to make Zelda's wishes of vanquishing Demise a reality.
I just feel like it's going to tangent into cutscenes.
I'm sure. And then we can end it there. That's fine. I just wanted to have like a finality to this dungeon. Oh no, do we have to escape?
There's more to the dungeon, I think, after this.
Okay.
I think.
Unless he gets teleported out.
Unless it gets teleported out. I thought that dungeon was longer than it was.
I mean, it was decently long. It just... That's about on par with all the other dungeons, honestly.
It was good. I mean, I liked it.
Yeah, I think 6-7 episodes for a dungeon is about what we had. I think one of the dungeons took 8 or 9, which I think was the water fruit one.
Man, I really like this game.
Wow, that was tight.
It's got its problems, but
yeah,
it has some of the stuff that I missed in Breath of the Wild.
Master, I believe at this juncture that a prayer is required. The ultimate goal we have traveled so far for is now within reach. Zelda's Lullaby is so fucking good.
Oh god, the music every time. And I love the way that Breath of the Wild handled music too. I thought it was really fun in like a nice subtle way.
The way that they did it, oh god. I had to have somebody who, well, I didn't have to have them do it, but somebody who actually studied music. They did I wish I could remember their name on YouTube. They broke it down on how they worked music in and changed things around to where it's like musically, like music theory wise, like they did an incredible job that nobody would notice. They didn't need to go that hard, and they fucking did. I'm like, that's incredible.
The Breath of the Wild is such an amazing game. If you ever get the chance to play it and haven't played it yet, you need to play it. You can watch Let's Plays all you want. It's completely different. Or try and go blind to Breath of the Wild too. Like that's the best way. Yeah,
go do it if you can.
It's so much better if you can go in blind.
We'll stop here on this one because I feel like this is going to be a big one.
Oh, it's going to tangent for a while.
We'll see you guys later. Beep, bop, boo.
Watching that retrospective, though, made me want to replay Breath of the Wild. It was like, I don't got time to replay Breath of the Wild. But also,
it's pretty hefty.
It's pretty hefty. And at first, when I was watching, like, Arlo talked about, oh, man, I've replayed Breath of the Wild once or twice. I'm like, why would you ever replay that game? And then rewatching that, I was like, I can see why you'd want to replay that game.
It's pretty hefty. And then everybody in the comments